December 26, 9:44 AM. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. My chair back, I think. Hey, it's Edgelord. Karma. That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Wow. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Flash, not a single case. He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgelord. Flash. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Lucky judge. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. It's quite a claim coming from someone else who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. Flash, what? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Flash, huh. So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgelord? Something like that. Flash, and now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Flash, oh wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20. Didn't he just say times 10? That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god amongst prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, are you under enough pressure there, Maya? Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. Phoenix, that's just mean. You're allowed to want for Mia, and you're allowed to detest Maya, but you can't tell her that. I can't. Sorry. Oh, that's right, we didn't go bathe her under a waterfall, so she's not able to. I tried, really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Flash, oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. No, wait, that's us. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgelord. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Hey, Steiner. Fool! Flash, you seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. Dude, you're the judge. Flash, he's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course, that should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Man, this guy's gonna yell at Gumshoe something fierce. Describe the incident, now! Flash, yes sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. And there happened to be a woman camping here. Oh, okay. At 12:10 a.m. she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. Went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map added to court record. Testify to the court about the arrest. Now. Wait, Mr. Von Karma. Yes. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. Oh, man. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed down to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgelord. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgelord. I see, very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now! Like... Okay, 30 minutes after midnight. They headed to the scene of the crime. That's where they found Mr. Edgelord. He didn't suspect of anything. The next morning a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgelord. Hold it! Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. 2 shots were fired? He was shot through the heart fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence. And the victim's body fired from a .22 caliber pistol. Alright. Did they find the gun on Edgelord? So we had to arrest Mr. Edgelord. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon. A pistol. Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, so sorry, Your Honor. Whatever we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Fingerprints? What about the pistol made decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's the same evil laugh as Edgelord. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. There were clear prints from Mr. Edgelord's right hand. What? Order. Order. So Mr. Edgelord's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. The murder weapon, .22 caliber, fired 3 times, bears the prints from Edgelord's right hand. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? You see, when a gun is fired, it leaves some scratches on the bullet that are identical each time, so they can match those with a bullet fired from the gun. Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Huh? Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without doubt fired from this pistol. What is this? Is that going to be a new thing? Is this the new dab? Order, order. This is bad. This makes it look like Edgelord did it. Well, Judge. I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak? No doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge. Yes. What are you doing? A 10-minute recess. Now. But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Well, isn't it obvious? It's Karma. I'm liking that. I should probably start. Yeah, I need to. Objection! Let's see. No, wait. Put objection. Got that hand? Objection. Point loudly, yeah. Yeah, how come our point doesn't have a P? Edgelord, what's going on in here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man, Flash, was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Flash. Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Flash, then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. And then he picked up the gun. I can't say why, but Flash, I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? It's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. I'm not going to convince anyone of that. Say Maya. Flash, huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry, it's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? Only when you're Mia. I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? I mean... I'm gonna say no, I need you here. But what happens when you say no, you're oh yeah, you're useless. Like, so useless. Flash, no, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out, even if you don't actually help. It's the thought that counts, right? Nice guy. No, the save is a long time ago. There's no quick save. I don't want to have to go through it all again. It's painful. It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. Flash, but you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Flash, whoa, right. Flash, don't jinx the case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Court is back in session. Even if you don't help, it's the thought that counts. Nah, if your buddy says, hey, will you help me move, and you tell him, well, I thought about it, that counts, right? See how long you have that buddy. Actually, I think that counts a lot, because eventually, like you said, see how long you have that buddy? He definitely won't ever ask you to help him move again. Like, true friends don't ask friends to help them move. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. So you'll be sitting back thinking about it going, yeah, I told him I thought about it, and now it works. He never asked me to move. I can sit down and just watch Panz on stream, uninterrupted. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. Now. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Oh, she's angry already. Hey, how you going with those commissions that you've got to make? Y'all need to learn some manners. No, I don't need to learn manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't a nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Later, man without hair. You got it finished yesterday, out the door tomorrow after we finish the embroidered covers. Nice, dude. You got it down to 15 minutes to a sword if you try hard enough. No compromise on quality though, right? Enough. Huh? Judge. She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence. Oh, nice, dude. That's good. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Flash. Order. I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on the lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgelord. Order. I will have order. Well, Judge. Evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. The court finds this defendant. Objection! Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. Cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Flash. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. What are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I don't know. Let's video game it. I think I noticed one little thing. Flash, wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah. I had a bad feeling about this. I'm going to cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. She was in the car. She had a bang come up from the lake. When she looked out the window, she saw two gents in a boat. And there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but the boat. Why were you camping there anyway? Yeah, there's no camping sign. I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? Objection. What does the witness motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait, he doesn't get to say that. But wait now. I'm the one who says that, Flash. Flash will then say it already. Objection sustained. Oh. Okay. Hold it! So you weren't looking for a lake, you weren't looking at the lake at that time? No, you weren't. Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Let's look at the picture. Clear enough for you? No, it's foggy. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well... Of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. Yeah, he's hiding something. And there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. They're not meaningless. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright. Not meaningless babble. On Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as country gal can be. It sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Oh heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scan the whole lake. It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Flash, objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough. I think we've heard this here, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction in testimony worth noting. But Your Honor... You keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood. Uh-huh. Nick. Oh, this testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence and not sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgelord, please take the stand. Hold it! Who was that? It was me. Maya? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Not a heart. Your testimony stinks. Unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgelord. Flash, tell us the truth. Flash, this is a matter of life or death. Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgelord that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. Court does not acknowledge the defense outburst. Flash, answer me, Lotto. What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal, Flash? Flash, I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgelord. Objection. Enough! Judge, declare those defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Flash, guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of court and must leave. No. 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 Flash, wait! Flash, I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Flash, ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said, clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. Flash, that was not in the testimony. Flash, that changes her testimony, and I have the right to cross-examine her again. Flash, flash, flash in there. Order, 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 order. Flash, you're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. Flash. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. Flash, but he is in contempt of court. No, I am. Flash, if you're going to arrest someone, Flash, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Flash, Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest, Flash. Good luck. Oh, Maya. I cannot for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. Running out of time. Better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Oh, it's going to be in the clear. Alright, and we use the photo as evidence. Thanks, Baha. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgelord. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely Flash ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness testimony. Flash, well, find it. If you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign your penalty. Why? Joke game. Presented. Objection! Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. Flash. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. Photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. Flash. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgelord. Flash, how? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet, now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart. What? Did you see the defendant that night? Oh, of course. I said I could, and I meant I could. And please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Yeah, right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So, once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examine, Mr. Wright. He wrote binoculars. Okay. I heard that noise out in the lake. I looked with my binoculars. If we could go to the campsite and see if there are binoculars there. It's not going to be the thing, but binoculars. Yeah, binoculars. Night vision binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? Objection. The camera is irrelevant to this case. Took the photo. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Oh, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? I do. camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear it. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Am I supposed to press it? Why is it not pointed at the sky? Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Well, see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was you saw Edgelord. Grr. No unnecessary comments, please. When I heard the noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in the statement. No, I don't think it does. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Miss Hart, why did you choose that lake? We asked her this.
Objection!
Oh yeah, same thing. Except we have 2 points less. Yeah, not the best for meteor showers.
Objection!
That statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see it contradicting. Alright.
Objection!
You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Gosh, says who? Take a look at this photograph. This was taken on an automatic setting, was it not? Yeah, that's right. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. But as this photograph clearly shows, flash. The camera was pointed directly at the lake. Flash. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Flash. Well then, exactly what was she photographing? I'm gonna take a look at this. It was just hard. Trying to take a photograph of the lake.
Take that!
Take that! Miss Hart. This is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy. Ah, the sighting at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart. I never heard no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Okay, I have proof. Intriguing. Let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is the proof the witness was trying to photograph Gordy the lake monster? Well, the camera.
Take that!
The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? That's this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here this article about Gordy. According to this article, flash, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Flash, well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? Flash, that's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. What do I see? I too thought it was a little strange. Flash, yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart. You were camping there. You tried to take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Because you get a photo, then you can get money from the article, which is why you want to be the key witness in the murder, so you can go on TV and sell your interview for money. Yeah. Not bad. All you lawyers that smart. So smart, boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Flash, huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove, Flash, is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Flash, hey! But she also so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. Flash, but what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Flash, right, well, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. Actually, I'm not a research student at university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it would be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. Flash, when I heard a bang, it looked right straight out of the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. And I saw a flash near one of the man's hands. Flash, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time. Cross my heart, hope to fry. That's what exploits. Hey, Crower, this is Phoenix Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Objection!
The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Flash, whether she is a research student or photographer has no bearing on this case. Flash, there is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
Objection!
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. And Karma's up to something, I know it. Doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first. Flash. Haha, very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. I'm not a research student at university. Investigative photographer. Scoop. Camping by the lake. That's all she was hiding. There was a second photo, right? Wasn't much else to look at. Yep. She heard a bang and thought Gordy was out there. Had a doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there.
Objection!
Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. Flash, I was the only thing out there. Any normal person be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Flash? Y'all want to step over here and say that? Jerry. You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? Flash, you'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what. Flash, you wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order. Flash. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. Flash, you needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Flash. Flash, well... Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there. No. Miss Hart, are you saying, Flash, that you were not watching the boat then? Flash, sorry, y'all. Oh my god. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure watching that boat till now. Flash, this is totally uncalled for. Flash, but hey, you got the photograph, Flash, you got proof. Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this. Flash, right. That's why I took this photo and... Flash! Flash, witness! That's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Witness, you've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Flash, shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photograph and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but it should let us see who's who. Whoa, Phoenix after dark. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong though, we'll be in prison for edgelord, or worse. What should I do? Make her enlarge the photo. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Flash, yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Flash. Flash, because it does not exist. Flash, what are you all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. Flash, you old fool. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Flash, Miss Hart. Flash, show the photo to the court. Flash, show us the enlargement. Flash. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. We still cannot see who is firing this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Lake photo added to the court record. Happy now, Mr. Wright? I think so. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. Okay, so he's not witness tampering. It was just, it didn't show any extra evidence. Right. I suppose that means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. And I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. She said that she was told by him not to show it? Yeah, he just said because it didn't prove anything. Which it didn't prove anything. Except that you can't see who's who, and you can't see who's who on the non-enlargement either. So the enlargement doesn't prove anything. So he said not to show it since it was a waste of time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. And I believe it's time for me to declare my verdict. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? I think Twig said 10% yesterday. To which I said, me too. And there seems to be, there's definitely an advantage of being in some form of minority, is that when something really insignificant gets mentioned and you're in the minority, it might still seem insignificant at the time, but it stands out. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. Flash, what might it be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo.
Take that!
Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the left hand contradicts evidence.
Take that!
The evidence is clear. The man in the photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon from Edgeworth's right hand. Edgelords. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgelord. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgelord who fired the pistol that night. However, Flash, this leaves us with a rather large problem. But if Mr. Edgelord didn't do it, then who did? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Oh, Miss Hart. Although with that, with the throw like that, that's an issue. I can't see it being the victim because, well, I mean, because the photo shows that someone is shooting a different person. It's also Larry. Where's Larry? Why do I have to pick someone? Isn't it up to the prosecution? Yeah, this court is somewhat special, right? Miss Hart seems like an interesting one. Is she left-handed? I get a free guess at it. Who else but the witness? Miss Lotta Hart. What? Flash, flash. Flash, do you have proof of this? Proof, schmoof. Always with the proof. Oh, wait, I do need proof, don't I? Mr. Wright, I hope you remember this is a court of law. I don't have proof that anyone shot it, though. Oh, the judge is mad. Let me ask again. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? The Loch Ness Monster did it? Well, it can't be the Loch Ness Monster because this was Lake Gord. Gord Lake. So it'd have to be Gordy. The Lake Gord monster. But I think the Loch Ness Monster came over and killed the Gord Lake monster. And then went back. Very quickly. Alright, well, we won't throw Larry under the bus. There's only one explanation remaining. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That maybe she was a professional hitter? Hit woman? Hit person? Hit lady. Anyway, she was the hired hitter. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Bum bum bum. Even though the photo quite clearly shows two people and one shooting the other. So you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? Flash? What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim clearly was shot from further than a meter away. Yeah, and Kurt Cobain's arm shorter than the length of the barrel shot, blah blah blah. A meter. That's 3 feet. That's a little bit more. There's no way it could have been suicide. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, Flash, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course! I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Oh. It's the case of the we didn't have the updated autopsy report repeated. I see. Very well. Allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgelord. However, The prints on the gun reveal the shooter was not Mr. Edgelord. No. The prints on the gun showed that Mr. Edgelord held the gun in his right hand at one point. They don't say that he didn't shoot him with his left hand. He just said he held the gun with his right hand at one point. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I'd like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. That is all. Court is adjourned. What if they used a Rube Goldberg device? Yeah, I agree. But there was like 2 gunshots, and at one point someone said 3 gunshots, and she said there was 2 photos. Why we only have 1 photo? The only thing I can think of, since it was film, is maybe the film didn't change, and so she had 2 photos overlapping on one. I don't know. Phew, that was a close one. Hey. Don't you have anything to say? No. I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but... what happened out there on the lake anyway? Yeah, maybe if you told us this, I don't know, yesterday, it'd be helpful. If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. Flash, what? Don't give me that look. A Flash, I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Humph. Look, I'm going to go check in on mine. Oh, right. Flash, what? Tell her something for me. What? Say it. Say it. Tell. Flash, tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you just to state how you really feel with thanks, Edgelord? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that was the bang she heard. Lotta's deposition added to the court record.